This is KVUE News at 6.
Morning, a mural. Tonight, a staple of East Austin is no more.
Austin already says no smoking, but what about vaping?
I think they should have the same rules as smoking a regular cigarette.
When the rules could change. Hello and good Friday evening, everyone. We made it to the weekend and it is beautiful out there. I'm Mike Rush.
And I'm Quita Culpepper. The Mother's Day weekend, it is looking beautiful, warm and sunny. Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Albert Ramon starts us out tonight with what we're tracking.
Yeah, you know, the temperature is not all that cooler from yesterday, but the lower humidity courtesy of this north wind has made all the difference today. That's why it has been a fantastic spring afternoon. Let me show you where temperatures are right now. We're sitting still mid to upper 80s in many locations. The exception, some low 80s out west, Mason and Fredericksburg, even about 83 degrees in Giddings. The weather set up, low pressure moving away from us, high pressure building in, and that's why your Mother's Day weekend is going to be great. Now, humidity returns as early as Monday, and that's going to lead to some shower and storm chances as we head into next week. We'll talk about when those thunderstorm chances could return coming up.
Thanks, Albert. Case closed again. Prosecutors say an alleged sexual assault at Boone Elementary likely never happened. Instead, they say the 4-year-old girl's injuries were the result of a playground accident. The case drew criticism because Austin ISD police closed the case in February without first reviewing the girl's full medical report. Travis County prosecutors gave the case a fresh look, and today they say there is insufficient evidence to pursue criminal charges.
The past 24 hours have seen quite a battle at the state capitol, but today, agreement on a bill aimed at putting an end to cyberbullying. Today, the House passed David's Law. KVUE political reporter Ashley Godot is live at the Capitol, and Ashley, this bill brought up a lot of emotions in the representatives.
You know, Quita, that's because some members have suffered the loss of a child, a pain they wish on no parent. So for them, passing this bill was personal. Senate Bill 179 is known as David's Law, named after David Mullick, a 16-year-old who committed suicide after months of relentless cyberbullying. The bill makes cyberbullying that leads to injury or suicide of a minor a misdemeanor. Courts can reveal who the bullies are, and public schools have to report the bullying and intervene. Before the final vote, representatives talked about other victims.
And within the last 6 months, we've had 2 young people take their lives as a result of the fact that someone else saw it necessary to make themselves feel powerful by demeaning, demoralizing, driving someone to the brink of extinction.
Young people aren't just hurting each other.
The House made a few changes to the original bill, so it's headed back to the Senate for consideration. We should also note the House was set to vote on 121 local and consent bills today, but members of the self-named Freedom Caucus, made up of conservative and Tea Party Republicans, killed the entire calendar. You can see in this tweet from Texas Tribune reporter Morgan Smith, they got enough signatures to have all of the bills withdrawn. Now, this is the last day for the House to vote on their consent bills, so for the most part, those bills are dead. Live at the Capitol, Ashley Godot, KVUE News.
Thank you, Ashley. Lawyers for the man accused in the stabbing at UT last week want to use a jailhouse interview with that suspect in court. A Houston TV station did an interview earlier this week with Kendricks White. Our partners at the Statesman report White's attorneys filed motions to preserve unedited recordings of that interview, saying they may be favorable to their client's case. White is charged with murder in the death of UT freshman Harrison Brown. 3 other students were also injured. A big mess tied up traffic in Cedar Park this morning. A truck dropped a cement barrier into the road right at 183 and 1431. It took a few hours to clean up the road and get traffic moving again. The driver received a citation for failure to secure a load and 3 other warnings.
All right, it's Friday night. You might be going out to a restaurant or a bar tonight. If you do, you won't see anybody smoking inside, at least not in the city of Austin, but you may still see vaping. E-cigarettes are not part of the city's current smoking ban. But new at 6, KVUE's Amber Downing tells us they may soon be.
Right, Mike, but nothing is changing quite yet, and people could still use e-cigarettes where some people smoke now, like on patios. But City Council is aiming to update the city's smoking ordinance. It's rare in most Austin restaurants, but occasionally you'll see it, a plume of vapor. Some don't mind it.
I don't think much of it, partly because it's not as annoying as like a traditional cigarette smoke.
Others don't like it.
I don't really see too much difference between like them smoking a regular cigarette and that.
City Council took a step Thursday toward changing Austin's smoking ordinance to include electronic cigarettes, banning them in bars, restaurants, and public parks.
Really, it's just kind of catching up with technology at this point.
New restaurant JT Youngblood's bans smoking indoors and on its patio.
We appreciate that there are smokers, but just in order for everyone to enjoy our amazing food and have a great experience. Plus, we have a ton of families, right? I mean, we're next door to the Thinkery, so it is family central here.
Co-owner Jeff Haber says they haven't seen anyone smoke an electronic cigarette in the restaurant or outdoors.
It wouldn't happen. I mean, it wouldn't happen here. Again, we're all about the guest experience, so just wouldn't be something that we would allow.
In about 3 months, council will vote again on whether to include e-cigarettes in the smoking ban.
The intent of the smoking ban was just to make sure that we're, when you're out in public places, you're in an environment that's as healthy as possible.
I think they should have the same rules as smoking a regular cigarette.
It's actually not a bad idea, and the reason why is because there's still a lot to learn about the e-cig.
Vaping would still be allowed on patios where smoking is allowed now. So Councilmember Garza tells me council welcomes comment, of course, but she also says she sees this amendment passing easily. In the newsroom, Amber Downing, KVUE News.
Thanks, Amber. And Austin is not alone with its smoking ban. The group Americans for Non-Smokers' Rights tracks areas that have smoking ordinances. It lists Austin, Horseshoe Bay, Leander, Rolling Wood, Round Rock, and San Marcos as having smoking bans.
Many in East Austin and across the city say they're upset to see a beloved mural disappear. Crews were out today painting over the mural at 12th and Chacon. The artwork there depicted several music legends like Michael Jackson, Bob Marley, Stevie Ray Vaughan, and Tupac Shakur. Developers have been scooping up property all along East 12th. No word on what will be taking the mural's place.